So here we have 3.3 2008 Chrysler Town & Country engine. This is just a rundown real quick. I've seen a couple videos, looked online. My water pump last night, I was driving. I mean, it's been squeaky. I noticed it was rattling, but I couldn't really see which pulley it was. Well, last night this whole thing went, and then, yeah, that's pretty bad. So this van has 234,000 miles. I've maintained it as best as I can. You know, it's still pretty decent shape. It's a Pennsylvania vehicle. Broke down on a main highway here. 322 in Pennsylvania. If you know it, it can be pretty busy. Either way, seen a couple videos, people talking about removing the wheel, removing the plastic liner over here. This is just a quick, easy rundown of how to avoid that. So you have your pulley. You know, there's 3 bolts to mount your pulley to the outside right here. You know, this is a used water pump. I do not recommend using a used one unless you ultimately have to. This mounting surface is pitted pretty good. I have some brake clean, a couple wire brushes. I'm gonna clean up this surface, clean up the surface where it mounts. Either way, you always want to try to be as clean as you can. Got me a gasket from AutoZone for $3. Got this water pump from a junkyard. The guy just hooked me up with it, said I could take it, whatever. Either way, quickest way is removing your air box. A lot of people take all of it down, but I was able to remove this one in about, well, I'd say 10 minutes. Altogether, there was 3 13mm bolts that mounted the pulley to the pump itself. Then there was 5, count them right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10mm. I was able to get a ratchet down back behind here, and I'll show you real quick how I did this. Disconnected this air sensor right here, removed the top portion of this box, just set it over here, which allowed me, and yes, trust me, I know it's dirty, that allowed me enough room to get down into here, in which I removed this idler, which was a 13mm, which again allowed me to get down into here. This is where that idler mounted. Allows me, I mean, I can fit a pretty good amount down in here. So again, you know, 3 13mm, 5 10mm, and 13mm for the pulley. My belt popped off last night, of course, with how that pulley is. So all I'm doing is pulling it out. I can try to show you real quick. I took 2 13mm wrenches, put one on this side in front of this mount, and the other one on the back side back here. I loosened as this wrench was on this side. So hard to see, but this wrench would mount here onto the pulley, and then it would hit here. So that would give me a little bit of leverage and ability to pry, get them 2 of the bolts loosened. The last one, I just stuck a wrench right down here on top of the tensioner and between the pulley itself. Just kind of pried, put some pressure down. You can use whatever you want, really, just to keep that pulley in place. But that was about it as far as removal. As we get back in here real quick, you're gonna have to finger loosen the bolts through here. I got 2 of them out now. So as far as that pulley, you're gonna have to break it loose with something. Try to walk it out of there. There. Fell back there, but that's what happens when you don't maintain things. It was my own fault. 230,000 miles. She still runs great besides that. You know, goes through the oil, the antifreeze, but she's about seen her days. Of course, I made the mistake of talking about her, and 20 seconds later this happened. What I can say is try not to strip any of them bolts down there to the water pump. Otherwise you're in for one hell of a mess. I'm pretty much fighting that right now. Take your time, don't rush it.